Welcome to Garage Groove. Welcome to the shop. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Garage Groove. So it's starting to get cold out and we're going to pull out one of our first projects. It's a small one. Let's take a look at it. This right here is a little chainsaw. And I know I hadn't discussed this, but this was kind of in the back. I needed to get this running because I have to do some wood cutting for some stuff outside of the garage that I have to do. So this thing is, I know nothing about it. Okay, I picked this up at a garage sale for $3. How do you go wrong, right? I don't know, maybe it could be a mistake, who knows, but I know nothing of it and we're gonna try to get it running. So let's get working on this old Homelite chainsaw. We'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are into our first project of the 2022 winter cold season. Welcome to Garage Groove. So you guys saw the chainsaw. I got to do some wood cutting this year. I'm working on another project and I'm going to need to cut a bunch of wood up, but it's got nothing to do with motorcycles or anything, but the chainsaw part fits into our channel just fine. So this was a chainsaw that I bought for $3. You can't go wrong for $3. Jeez, you can't. What do you get for $3 these days? Well, I was able to pick up this chainsaw and you guys saw the condition. Now I bought this, I think last spring, like maybe March, April, something like that. And I just put it in the back room. So what we've done here is we've just taken everything apart. You know, one of the biggest enemies of a chainsaw is just sawdust and oil. When you mix those two together, what you get is this where's the you get this type of substance, and it just it binds everything up. We're gonna clean this thing up. We're gonna clean the cases, and we did check the spark. We got good spark on this thing. We'll probably go through the carb, and we'll probably oil up the recoil on that, and the bars probably, I don't know if it's any good. The chain, I don't know if it can be salvaged or not. Remember, these things, you can get brand new chainsaws for like $100. You know, big ones, you know, like 50 cc and stuff. So we got to be careful what we spend on this thing. But we'll see if hopefully we can salvage everything off of it and then just get it running, and it gets us through what we need to do this year. Okay, so what we've got so far on this chainsaw, as you can see, we've put it all back together. Looks pretty decent. Kind of cleaned it up on the inside. I was going to show you all the mess, but, well, this is what you're dealing with mostly. And that becomes one of the biggest enemies to a chainsaw, right? Tons of this stuff. It's a mix of sawdust and oil. The other problem we're having, you got a cracked bulb. It's junk. So I happen to have another one. So this is a nice one. You know, that should do the job. So we're going to go ahead and put this one in, and we'll go ahead and start it up, or try to. Okay, we'll see you in a second. Okay, so we are back, and we have finished up this little chainsaw. Check this little guy out. Now remember, paid $3 for this thing. Somebody threw it out. apparently they thought it was worthless or useless and didn't know what to do with it. So what we did was we took it apart and we cleaned everything up. One of the biggest enemies of chainsaws is sawdust and grease and chain lube and all of that stuff. So we have fixed it up, and what a nice little saw. Now I have to do some cutting, and that's why I did this, and I figured I'd feed it right through the channel. The bar was decent. We put a new chain on it. Okay, so we did have to do that. We replaced this bulb. This bulb was bad. I think other than that, everything else was fine. We cleaned out the carb a little bit. Not too much, you know, but it's a nice saw. Let's go ahead and start this thing up and see how it does. How nice that thing just idles. Just sitting there and idling. Fucking beautiful, you know? Might be out of gas. I didn't put a whole lot in there. But anyways, I don't have to do a whole lot of cutting today, but as you know, as we use our tools, we tried to put that through the channel as well. So when the time comes and I need to cut some stuff up, we'll be hopefully feeding that through the channel. Now, before we let you go, here's another chainsaw. We're going to be doing this one too. This is a bigger one. And this one was given to me for even a better price. It was just given to me. So there was a gentleman that was cleaning out his shed, and he knew I worked on little things like this. So he was a very nice guy. He just came over and gave it to me. So we're gonna look into this thing too at some point, although I don't really need a chainsaw quite so big at this time. So, but if I get a minute, I do plan on getting this guy running too. That's a nice guy to have, or maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. We'll see. But this, the little one, I can definitely use this guy. I can definitely use this guy. And then I picked this up for 40 bucks to trim our head trim. This is a hedge trimmer, but it's a gas powered one. And I bought that for 40 bucks. And fortunately, there's no issues with it. It runs really good. So that is our little episode this time. Now, you probably notice, I'm sure, big gaps between episodes. I really apologize for that, but it's just work, man, and health. Let's not forget that. So I had an infection. I wasn't feeling that good. I was on antibiotics for 2 solid weeks, and then I had to. I came up on a colonoscopy issue. Yeah, not an issue, but it's something they've been pushing me to do. You know, once you get in your 40s now, they like to do that. So I had to do that too. That combined with work, there you have it. You know, I tried to feed as much as I can through here, but I'm not gonna let you go that quick. We have some other stuff too. Look at this guy. This is a 1980, I think. Now, we had an episode, where's the date on here? There it is. September of 1980. This is a 1980 Yamaha XS 400. It's just a little 400cc street bike. Okay, we got plans for this guy. We have plans for it. Now, remember, we went through this episode a little while back where we kind of laid out a very rough schedule of what we want to do this season as far as projects and stuff. Remember, I said we got to do a lot of music. I really want to do some music. So we are going to concentrate on that. In fact, last night I had some time. I went through and put my studio guitar together. I'll show you that too. But before I get into that, let's talk about this Yamaha for a minute. So I bought this thing, believe it or not, for $60. It came with the tank. It came with whatever's in that box. It's an electric starter. Somebody had started a project, this guy, and it came time he had to move. And he just wanted to dump it. Now he had it priced, I want to say for like $150 or whatever. I was like, man, I was driving by and I saw it and started asking him a little bit. He said, yeah, why don't you buy it? I was like, man, I have so many bikes right now. That's the last thing I need. He's like, I was like, how much are you asking for it? He's like, $150. I was like, that's a fair price. But honestly, I don't need any more projects because I already have a lot of money wrapped up into a lot of bikes that are for sale. He's like, well, I may just end up putting that outside for somebody to take so you can come along and get it for free in a few days. I was like, well, I don't want to do that. If you're going to do that here, I can offer you $50, you know. I said, you know, you just give you $50 and I'll just take it. He's like, how about 60? I was like, that's fair. I'm not going to fight you with that. So I gave him $60, and that's how I come across this thing. Now, what do we want to do with this? Well, there's a couple things. There's a lesson in this project right here. When you come across a bike fairly complete like this, you know, there's one of two things you can do with it. You can either take it right down to the frame and make it a show bike and make it an awesome looking thing where people talk about it, or that's not always the case with everybody. You know, money is always tight with people. You know, us as well. You know, we're feeding things through the channel. We're trying to keep the channel going. I don't want to dump $1,000 into this thing, and I don't want to do all that. But we have stuff. We have parts. You know, this bike did not come with handlebars. I put these on. So what we want to do is we want to do a cost-effective project where we spend as little as possible, but we get the most gains out of it. We get the most out of the bike. And what do we want to do? So we want to get this thing running. We're not going to spare any money on safety and features like that. Okay, brakes and everything that's considered a safety item. That's not where you spare the money. Where you spare the money is cosmetic stuff. So it's not going to look great. We're not going for any kind of a theme or nothing like that. We just want it cleaned up. Well, probably, I haven't really inspected the tires on it yet, but we will go through it. And we want to do, here's the cool part, we want to do a 1,000-mile run on it. 1,000 miles on a little 400cc bike, and we want to take it somewhere. I don't know where yet, but we want to take you with us next spring. So we're going to get this thing ready. We're going to get it running. We're going to get it running nice. We're going to make it extremely safe for the road, but we're not going to spend a lot of money on the cosmetic end of it. We want to make sure that it runs good and it's a safe bike. And then we're going to do a 1,000-mile run on it. And you guys are going to come with us. But what a nice little project. And that's going to get fed through this channel. Now, what's that going to do with some of these other projects? Well, I mean, we want to do the music. We definitely want to do the music. So something might get held off. Now you can see all our street bikes are put away, right? And we got this bike, that's the KTM. I haven't had a chance. I've just brought it in here and took the tank and stuff off of it. I haven't had a chance to do a lot. Sophian's been kind of putting around on his bike a little bit. I have too, so the bike's kind of here. But that's it, man. That's a nice little project. That's a nice episode where we've put this bike together, and at the end of it, we take you on a 1,000-mile run on it. Okay, in the meantime, we got the chainsaw going. We may squeeze this in there, but let's go take a look at the guitar that I kind of gave all the tweaks to last night, so it's all ready for recording. This guitar was my second guitar on stage. This blonde guitar. What a nice guitar. So what we did last night was we oiled the neck. We went through the tuners. We oiled those. We oiled, I already said we oiled the neck. We cleaned it up. We put new strings on it. We intonated it. And it is a gorgeous, very nice guitar. It's got a nice set neck on it. We kind of cleaned up the electronics, although some of the finish was starting to go on it. But that is our #1 guitar in the studio. That's going to be the backup or alternate tuning. The pickups are a little hot on this one for recording. That's why I don't use that one. This one's nice. Really good for recording. This is a better guitar for, I would say, for a live sound. If you're up front and as a lead player, that works a little better. This is a nice live guitar too. Set up a little bit more for rhythm and stuff, but it's got a really good thick tone. Really nice for recording. So that's the guitar we're going to mainly be using in recording. We may use a little bit of this too for some of the lead work and stuff, but that guitar needed to be gone through. So that is where we're at, and please stay with us. I know the episodes are a little sporadic right now. They're not every week like I would like to have them, but you know, things come up. So that's where we're at. Please stay with us, okay? Please subscribe and smash that like button and the notification bell and all of that stuff. Please do that. Please stay with us. I'm not giving up on the channel or nothing like that. It's just other stuff has been happening, you know, health and work and all of that stuff. So we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us. Take care.